Hey, it's Ashley Applegate here at KWI on the Couch, and today we're joined by recent graduate Hunter Smoot. Hunter, thanks for coming in and talking with us today.
Yes, sir.
All right, so a unique story that you have, but I want to kind of start in from the beginning. Coming into KWI, what was some of the things you done to prepare you for school before you even got here? Did you weld before you came to KWI?
Yes, sir. I started welding my senior year.
Okay, so just your senior year. Well, that's pretty unique career change. What had you done in high school before you got into welding?
I was in student council and took a lot of AP classes.
Okay.
I was on the college route.
So any type of competitions or organizations, did you do any competitions?
Yeah, I competed in Skills USA.
Okay, so those Skills USA competitions are sort of like a job test. It's nervous. It kind of gets you ready for what it's going to be like on the job site, so to speak. So now you're getting ready to come to KWI. You know there's a large price tag. How did you pay for some of that?
A lot of local scholarships. They helped out a lot.
All right. I think a lot of people don't realize that the local scholarships, whether you're from whichever state in America, people want to invest in youth and they want to see people get good jobs in the skilled trades here in America. So how many certifications did you graduate KWI with?
I graduated with 6.
6 AWS certifications. You know, there's a lot of controversy. Is the certification worth it or not? Because when you got to that first job, did you go in on your certs or did you have to take a test?
I had to take a test.
You had to take a test. Now, how old are you?
18.
18 years old, all right. Do you think the certifications you earned at KWI prepared you for the job test that you had to take?
For sure.
Okay.
100%.
So tell us about that first test on the job site. Were you in a hooch? Were you in a booth? Or what was going on? Explain it to us.
I was in a booth and I had 2 tests. I had the Inconel downhill and then I had the 2-post. It was a 160 wall and I had the TIG root it and hot pass it.
Okay.
And then 70-18 the rest of the way out.
All right, so some people listening might not know what a 2-post is. What does it mean when you test in a 2-post?
So you've got, it's like a slope simulator.
Okay.
And you got a tube on this side, and you have to weld the tube in the middle.
All right. So you got a lot of restriction in there.
Yeah.
Not much room for a grinder?
No.
Did they even let you use a grinder on that test?
They did,
okay,
but I didn't use one.
All right, because yeah, it's hard to get in there. So you hit that first job, you're working in a power plant. When that job was over with, where did you go to next?
I went straight over to Gent with the same crew.
Okay, so you must have done a good job or they wouldn't have kept you on with them, right?
Yeah, hard work pays off.
I mean, hard work pays off. And then after that, what, looking for another jobs or?
No, then I went straight over to Mill Creek on an emergency outage.
All right, so an emergency outage. Now some people think of emergency outages, we got to break down, we got to get going real quick, but that wasn't the case in your company's emergency outage. What was going on with that emergency?
So a company couldn't meet a deadline, so we had to come in and kind of help out.
Okay.
That way they could meet the deadline.
Well, that's good. You know, in this industry, everybody knows everybody, and a lot of companies are always willing to step up to the plate and help other companies out, even though they may have bid against each other for that particular job.
For sure.
Because we know as Americans, we've got to keep the infrastructure up and running. So 3 power plants right after you graduated. You left KWI second week of October, give or take a few days there. 50 days later, how much money did you put in your bank account?
About $28,000.
So you're 18 years old and you're sitting here telling us that in 50 days you made $28,000.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, that's amazing. And a lot of people, the haters, are going to start hating us now because they're going to say, you can't make that much money, not as an 18-year-old kid, but it's possible, right?
For sure.
What kind of hours a week were you pulling?
84 plus.
84 plus. So now everybody's going to say, well, yeah, what kind of life is that? Because you're pulling all those hours. But when you finish that job, now you can come back and visit your family for a couple days or a couple weeks, right?
Yep, I took the whole month of December off.
Okay.
To see the family.
That's good. And fixing to go back in with that company to another power plant?
Yes, sir.
All right. So you got all this cash in the bank. I'm sure parked outside. You got the fanciest Dodge Dually with a toy or two in the bed of it. Is that right?
I drive an 07 Ford Escape.
Okay.
Loving every minute.
Loving every minute of it. Do you think KWI prepared you financially for the type of money that you were going to make so that you could make the right decisions when you graduated?
I'd say 100% yes.
Right. How much student debt do you have right now?
0.
Zero. So you came to school, you completed 6 months of training, you worked for 50 days or so, and you're already completely debt-free.
Yes, sir.
That's pretty amazing. And driving an 07 vehicle, you don't have to have the fancy truck. When you get there, as long as it's something dependable, you're going to be there. You're going to make it.
As long as you can make it, you're there.
Where do you see the world headed to for Hunter? Where are you going to next?
I'd love to get on like a pipe job.
Uh-huh.
Like I'd love to get on a pipe job, but I think for right now I'm gonna stick with the boilers.
The boilers and the tubes. There's a lot of people that don't understand there's boilers in all kinds of different power plants and refineries and even small residential or municipality boilers. So that's a trade that you can go a dozen different directions in and still come out as a great welder.
If you want work, they're there.
What would you say to young people who are thinking about getting into welding as a senior or even as a junior? They've never welded before as a junior like you were. What would you tell them was the one determining factor that said, you know what, I'm going to change from college and I'm going to pursue this career? What made you do that?
For me, it was kind of like a timeline thing. Like I was like 4 years of my life not making any money. Like
Okay.
that ain't gonna fly. What I would tell them, I would say do it.
Right.
Just try it out.
But if you're not willing to work, then this isn't a career for you, right?
No, sir.
All
If
right.
you aren't willing to pull 712s, no, don't do it.
That's right. You're going to reap the rewards. You're going to get what you sow. And if you put in the hours and put in the time, and it's not like you're working those 712s all that. You said you took a month off to spend Christmas with your family. That's pretty awesome. This career gives you that much flexibility.
Just the ability to do it if you want to do it.
So looking ahead, KWI has that 100K wall. You're already a fourth of the way there in just a couple months. Is that your goal, to hit that 100K wall?
I'll hit the 100K wall.
All right. Well, I can't wait to get you back in here in a few months and present you that 100K hood, because that'll be awesome. We'll get your old welding hood retired and get that 100K hood of yours up on the wall there. So
It's going to be hard to retire it.
it is, I know. Yeah, we've had several students that were hard to give up that hood, and several 100K recipients that haven't let us have their old hood yet. They're still out here making the bang with that, for sure. Yeah. So, well, Hunter, it's been wonderful talking to you today. Appreciate your success and wish you the very best on your continued successful career.
Yes, sir.
You've been watching KWI On the Couch with Ashley Applegate and Hunter Smoot.
So hopefully you guys like this video. We'll be putting out more videos on our YouTube channel, so subscribe to that. And also check out our website. We have links, and we also have shop for clothing and a virtual tour. Until next time, see you there.